Almost everyone is planning to japa in search of greener pastures and a better life. Now, in my time, we called it checking out like Andrew, but now it is known as japa. What if I told you, though, that japa is wrecking homes faster than infidelity? You see, japa is not just about packing your bags or chasing a better life. It's also about packing your emotions, your culture, your roles, and sometimes the very rhythm of your marriage. You packed husband and wife, your children, you're excited. However, you forgot to pack understanding. You forgot to pack patience. You forgot to pack a strategy survival that you will so need. Now you're in Canada, you're in the UK, you're in the US, or wherever you may be. But both of you are arguing about who should wash plates, who should change the diapers, who should shovel the snow. Suddenly, your marriage that was sweet in Lagos has turned to a battleground. Welcome to my channel. My name is Taiye Aluko, and I am a marriage coach and counselor. And today I am talking about how japa is wrecking, taking a toll on marriages. And more importantly, I want to share on how you can prepare if you haven't already left, and if you have left, how you can protect your relationship during your relocation experience. Now, many couples who have relocated overseas from Nigeria and even from other African countries, wherever you are relocating from, they did so without the realization that relocation isn't just a physical move. It's an emotional migration as well. It's a cultural shift, and it's also a spiritual test. I beg your pardon. So what is japa really? In Nigeria, when we say japa, we're not just talking about, you are jogging from one place to the other. We're talking about relocation. Japa means an escape plan, and people are leaving for different reasons. Some for a better life, some for better opportunities, some for safety, some for children's education, better schools for the children. But the truth is that japa is not just about moving for a better life, it's about shifting your reality. And couples who japa together, they often discover that they're not just relocating to a new country, but they're relocating into a new version of themselves. They're relocating into a new marriage. Their responsibilities are changing. Everything changes, from finances to friendships to support systems, even how you see yourself. Everything changes. And that's why alignment of purpose is very important. Before you decide to relocate, ask the most important question. Why are we doing this? Now, if one spouse sees it as a dream and the other sees it as a sacrifice, tension will follow. You definitely need a shared why. Why are we doing this? Because when the excitement fades, and trust me, it will, and the realities of japa begin to set in, your why will be your anchor. So it needs to be a very strong why. Now, it's also important to understand that there's emotional and mental preparation that you must make. Let's be real. Life abroad can be lonely. The first few months can test your patience, test your faith, and definitely it will test your love. Now, you'll miss your family, you'll miss your friends, you'll miss the familiar terrain of home. And you are definitely going to find yourselves quarreling more often, snapping at each other, not because you have stopped loving yourselves, but because you are both trying to adjust, and adjusting can be hard. So you need to prepare emotionally. Talk through your fears. Don't bottle things up. Silence is not strength. Communication is vital, very, very important. Another thing that you need to be considering is the fact that there will be role changes and there'll be changes to your household dynamic. Now, this one I believe is major because in Nigeria, many couples have house helps, drivers, one nanny, two nannies, even more. But when you japa, you become the house help, you become the driver. Suddenly, both of you are cleaning, suddenly, both of you are cooking, you are doing laundry, you are juggling kids, working full time. And that can cause serious friction if you don't address it early. So it's important that you have that conversation before you travel. Who will do what? How do we share the chores? What happens when one person is exhausted? And what happens when one person can't get a job on time? The goal is not always about dividing tasks equally, but it's about dividing them fairly. Now, it's very important that you work together as a team. Stay a team. Another consideration that I have to talk about is the fact that you will make financial adjustments. And many couples underestimate this one as well. You think you are earning more because you are earning a stronger currency, but abroad the bills multiply. Rent, insurance, taxes, childcare, water rate, light rate, it is endless and it keeps adding up. So sit down and have a relocation budget. Agree on spending priorities. Don't compare yourself with other couples who have moved before you, or you might even be moving at the same time. Don't compare. Don't compare because you don't know what they saved up before they left. Know also that breadwinner dynamics might change. And that's a very sensitive issue that you need to consider and think about. And also plan how you will address if it happens. Count the costs. Then you have parenting issues. Now, the thing is that your children may adapt faster, but that also comes with its own challenge because they will start to speak differently, they'll start to think differently, they will even start to challenge your values. Now, as parents, it's very important that you stay united. Don't let cultural pressure confuse your parenting style. Teach your children to embrace the best of both worlds. Adapt, but they shouldn't lose identity. Define the identity of your family. Understand that they are also going through a transition. They're also struggling, and so let your home be an emotionally safe place for your children at all times. Very important. What about community? Isolation is real, particularly during the winter months. And so finding community early, a church community, is very important. Look for mentors, look for couple friends so that you are not isolated. Ensure that you plant yourself into a community as quickly as possible because it will certainly help you with transiting fast. Now, another thing to consider is career and identity shifts. Now, maybe back home, you had a senior manager role or a senior position. Now you relocated abroad, first have to do survival jobs. It's important that you don't let that define your worth, even though it can be very demoralizing. Understand that you are in transition, you have a vision, you have a goal. Support each other's transitions. See it as a temporary repositioning, not a demotion. It's very important that you're also encouraging each other, affirming each other, reminding each other of the vision that brought you there in the first place, and that this is just a season that will pass. Now, with all of these changes, I also recommend that you don't neglect your connection. Pray together, laugh together, go out on dates, whether even if it's just taking a walk together or fixing a dinner date in the house. Remember that you are a team, and so stay connected. You definitely don't need to be isolating yourselves from each other. You need to stay connected. Bring God into the mix. He is the one that will continue to strengthen you, to help you, to keep your bond. Bring him into the mix. So let me share some practical tips that can help you for a smooth landing if you're planning to japa and you haven't already done so. Start by doing your research. plan your finances and decide on roles early, have a contingency plan if things don't work out. Communicate, seek mentors. Very important, from people who have relocated before. Stay anchored in faith, celebrate small wins, celebrate your growth moments. Also very important. Now, relocation can stretch a marriage, but it can also strengthen if you are both united and if you keep the vision and the goal in front of you. It's about living together successfully to enjoy that better life that you desire. Now, if you're a couple preparing or planning to relocate, or you're already navigating this season, my course Pathway to Forever will guide you through the emotional, the relational, and the spiritual adjustments that you need to build a strong or to rebuild the foundation of your marriage. To get the course, you can click the link in the description. If this video has blessed you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. Somebody definitely needs to hear this message. As always, my name is Taiye Aluko. God bless you, and bye-bye. Bye.